And last, we're going to talk about the goalkeeper position in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Nothing specifically about this formation changes how the goalkeeper plays, but the goalkeeper position is of extreme importance. It's one of the most important positions on the field and requires good decision making, experience, and understanding of the game. And there are certain player attributes that we look for, and we'll review those as well as the offensive and defensive responsibilities of that role. From the player attributes, first and foremost, have to have excellent hands. Everything that comes into that space, it is the expectation that our goalkeepers put their hand on the ball, not their feet. The only time I want feet on the ball is if we have to be able to come out and clear the ball and we can't get to it with our hands, or if we're doing a goal kick or a free kick to get out of that space. So really want to be good with our hands, need to have a very different mentality than a lot of players. Similar to probably the left and right center backs, need to have a my house mentality in that nobody comes into my space, nobody comes in here and tries to score without me doing everything and us doing everything we can to stop them. So the player attributes have to be really strong-minded, really have to hate being scored upon and want to be able to get better in that role. Must be a great communicator of the back line, giving them instruction and feedback. So the goalkeeper oftentimes will command instruction from the whole back line and sometimes even in the holding mid positions, especially as the other team gets into our offensive or our defensive third of the ball. Offensively, this is where all offensive plays start, with the exception of the kickoff as we get goal kicks and free kicks from that space. So we're looking for good distribution to outside backs and outside channels simply because that's safest. As we get beyond middle school, then middle channels sometimes can work for us there too. But with where we are, I want us to be able to get it to the outside to minimize our risk. And in that way, we have an opportunity to recover as well. Goalkeepers are there to move to support backs to maintain possession so that as we try one channel, say we try it on the right side and it gets closed down, then we need to have the goalkeeper in a position where they can shift, receive, redistribute the ball to the other side of the field so that we can try the attack on the opposite side. So very instrumental in pivoting and switching. We want to look to do to start a quick counterattack with a goalkeeper. So we get our hands on the ball. We immediately have our eyes up the field and we are looking for open players that we can throw the ball to, roll them to it, or do a punt that is directional to get it out in front of them. Defensively, it goes without saying, is to stop the ball. We must be able to stop shots on goal and stop a high percentage of those to be able to deflect them, get them out of frame, beyond the post, above the bar. And we were going to work with diving techniques and being able to control the trajectory of the ball to be able to make sure that it does not go on frame. And again, making sure all defenders are covering players and staying compact must be a great communicator and understanding of the game there too. Coverage area, as you might expect, is really inside this goal box. As we push up possession, I do expect the keeper to come outside the goal box because as a long ball or penetrating ball that comes through, if our keeper can get to it to clear it out, we want to do that before an opposing forward or midfielder gets upon the ball. So that's really it from a goalkeeper's perspective. A lot of mental discipline comes into this because you're going to get scored upon, but we got to be tough and resilient to be able to not let that affect the remainder of our play, whether in that game or in the season. So big responsibility, but certainly one where skills can be learned and gained and can have a big impact on the overall effect of the team.